Now again, what I find many times with the companies that I work with, as a matter of fact, last Thursday I was talking with 2 of my different clients. And what we discovered really quickly is we did their org chart and kind of blew this thing out, which we're going to be doing in a session here really quick, because that is one of the very first things. It's the very first system that you're going to put together as a manager. Is your responsibility system, your responsibility chart or accountability chart, as Gino Wickman calls it. But what we found was there were several people, like we'll just use my name. So Clay was found in several different boxes at several different levels. So I was hired and getting a paycheck as a manager. But the problem is that I had so many assignments and so many responsibilities that were all the way down here in the worker level. So in any given day, I was having to do in the weeds minutia responsibilities, but I also had management responsibilities at the same time. It's very common. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's bad, okay? A lot of times we just say, well, I'm just wearing several different hats, okay? And I love the idea of several different hats. In one of my companies, I have 2 employees, me and my assistant. But we have 56 boxes of responsibility on our organizational chart. We're just talking 2 weeks ago. We were looking at the boxes that my assistant was in. He's in 5 boxes. I am in all of the other ones. So again, it's not that you shouldn't be in multiple boxes, but here's the thing. If your multiple boxes have you moving vertically in your organization, even horizontally in your organization, it's not just a different hat that you're wearing. It's a completely different mindset that you have to have when you are trying to accomplish one responsibility and as opposed to another responsibility. It's not just a different hat, it's a different mindset. And if we don't see that, then what we'll do, I promise, what will happen is we will go to the lowest common denominator and wear the same, have the same mindset every single day in every box that we're in. Do the work, 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 do the work. I see it happen with each of the clients that I take on. They're in a place where their company is growing, they're successful, but there is no freedom for them. There's just no freedom. There's no traction in their company. They're saying, Clay, I've got a great company, it's successful, but I can never leave. This is what management brings to an organization. Freedom. Freedom is what it brings. So here we go. Here are some key responsibilities of a manager: to produce order. Okay? Produce order. So rather than a worker, their production is focused on producing the widget, producing the service, producing the very specific thing. But now what a manager does is produce order. Achieve consistency. Oh, key word right here. Consistency. Every single day. Can anybody do that job? Can anybody follow that system? Or is there only a certain number of people that can do it? We want to make sure that these systems are designed so many people can follow it step by step. Avoid obstacles. I love this. Rather than just being a fireman, all right, or woman, and putting out fires as they happen, a manager is responsible for being a fire chief, a person that's actually able to see obstacles coming and able to avoid them. Cope with complexity. Oh, again, coming back up here. This can get extremely complex. And if you're trapped in a mindset of a worker, it can be very difficult and overwhelming to be in that role as a manager, because you're just trying to cope with complexity with a very limited mindset. Organize and staff, assign work to others. Ooh, I love this. Again, it's not just you doing the work that's been given to you, but now you're responsible for assigning all of these tasks to other people. Well, Clay, I don't know their job. Ooh, welcome to management. You need to begin to know what they do and how what they do, man, that made sense, and how their job is impacting the company as a whole. Next of all, coordinate multiple independent functions, as we're talking about over here. These jobs could be very independent of one another, and you need to coordinate them. Control outcomes. Be goal-directed. Whereas the worker is task-directed, The manager is goal-directed, highly structured. These are some of the key things, some of the key responsibilities of a manager. Welcome. This is now your job. But again, the key word here is consistency. We want to make sure that we can keep things consistent and we have to get away from the up and down and up and down. If you've got a lot of the up and down and up and down in your company, chances are pretty good management is weak. I'm not saying you're bad, not saying your company's not going to be successful or isn't successful. I'm just saying that your management is weak. And so you experience ups and you experience downs and ups and downs. It's the management piece that will bring this consistency into your company. The biggest trap for a manager is to get stuck trying to do all the work. You are now a manager, and a manager's responsibility is different than a worker's responsibility. It's not just about accomplishing a task anymore. It is now more about creating a way to ensure that this task gets accomplished the same successful way every single time, no matter who is doing it. Welcome to a system. Welcome to a checklist and a process. That's how a manager needs to think. Not, I have to get this done, but a manager begins to think like, I have to create a way to ensure that this specific task gets done the same successful way every single time, no matter who is doing it. If you are the one that's doing it all the time, you are not mastering management, okay? A manager is not just involved in making sure that the job gets done. That is part of it. But a manager's job also, the bigger piece of a manager job, it's the worker's primary job to make sure the job gets done. The manager's job is to make sure it gets done a specific way, consistently, no matter who is doing it. So, managers take complex processes and break them down into simple, doable tasks that can be achieved by many different people. Welcome to the wonderful world of management. This is what we're going to be talking about. Clay, how do we do that? Let's get into this. Let's talk about the different ways that we manage. I tell you, I've got some wonderful tools that I have learned because if you go back 6-7 years ago, my management skill, my management ability, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would probably put myself at about a 5. Maybe a 4, but between a 4 and a 5. However, today, because I have had a management trainer, and that has held me accountable, and because I have remained focused in my learning and in my development, I would say now I feel very confident in my management abilities. Feel very good about it. Probably between an 8 and a 9 on a consistent basis. I'm finding that as I learn how to manage more and more, I am able to do more and more. I'm able to impact more and more. I'm able to achieve my personal life vision more and more because I have adopted and aligned with this wonderful thing called management. It's a power tool. It's a power tool that will allow you to get where you want to go so much quicker. So question for you here. Where do you feel that your company has adopted some strong management processes? I want you to take a moment to write that down. Think about your company. Think about how you guys are organized, how you do things. Where is your company doing management well? And of course, you follow that up with what would be 1, 2, or 3 places where you feel like you could improve? Now again, if you're a manager, okay? If you're a manager, and you're coming up with a whole lot, man, our company's not doing this, and they're not doing that, and they're not doing this, oh my gosh, it's just crazy. If you're a manager, you could very well be part of the problem. So hopefully what this series will do is give you the tools that you need, give you the knowledge, give you the skills that you need to clean up the management in your organization so that you can move so much smoother and so much more efficiently through the troubled waters of commerce. Wasn't that beautiful? Wasn't that good? Just a nice little metaphor. Some of you guys may want to do some doodling over on the side. So here we go. Just a few things that I want to finish up with as we are coming to a close here in our first session is, let's see, we're going to go with 4 pieces, okay? 4 primary pieces when it comes to management. 4 things that we need to learn how to manage. Number 1 is you have got to learn how to manage yourself. The first person for you to manage is you. All right? It's got to be you. So your emotions and your thoughts, the way you think, your emotions, if you are a manager, if you are a leader, and you are all over the board, man, it's going to be very difficult for you to lead. So you need to, first of all, manage yourself. Next of all, what we need to do is manage your time. Oh, this is such a suck in so many companies. Because they lack strong management here in the middle, what happens is everybody gets really busy. Everybody starts running around crazy. I think we talked about that a little bit ago. Management is where you get traction. Without management, you will get trapped in busyness. So management brings the ability to get free from all the crazy and busyness. There's so many companies that I come in and start working with, and we start talking about their time management. And immediately I get so much pushback from everybody saying, well, I just don't have time. Just can't do it. Clay, that's really nice what you're talking about. It's just, we don't have time to do that. It just would never fit. We can't do it. It's like, because you haven't learned to manage your time. Clay, we're just too busy. And that's unfortunate. So we're going to be talking about how to manage your time and give you specific tools on how to do that. And then we come over here, we have to manage the work. Oh, I love this. I love this. I have learned some very specific tools to help you learn how to manage the daily work of other people, how to do this in a very efficient way. I'm a micromanager. I own 6 different companies right now. My wife and I are looking at a 7th as we come in to further into this year. We've got our eye on another company here. But the idea here is I'm a micromanager. But I've got to be able to micromanage from a distance. Micromanage from a distance. So I'm going to teach you how I do that in my companies. And then finally, we have to manage resources. Human resources, equipment, IT, money. We have to be able to manage each of these pieces. Now notice here, I don't have manage people, okay? We don't want to manage people. We don't manage people, we lead people. We manage work, we manage things, we manage stuff, but we lead people. So again, we want to help you as you step into, maybe you've been a manager in your company for a while and you're running around a little crazy. You're wondering how to become a better manager. Or it's possible that maybe you're a team builder at this point. You're still an employee and you're wanting to step into management. I think this series of 9 sessions that we're getting ready to get into are going to be extremely helpful for you. It's going to be some great information. I just came away from a client this morning, talking with them as I was meeting the rest of their team, some of their leadership team. And as this owner of this company was introducing me to the rest of his leadership, he was saying, Clay has been teaching me some stuff in management that I haven't known for the 13 years that we've had the company. And if I'd only known this, it would have made the last 13 years so much smoother. So again, I know, I'm very confident that the things you're going to learn as we walk through these 9 different sessions, the things you're going to learn, the tools you're going to get, the very, very practical tools you can use today are going to help you become more and more of a master manager. So I look forward to getting this thing started up in session 2 of our management level of winning in the workplace. Once again, my name is Clay Staires with the Leadership Initiative. Look forward to seeing you in the next session.